It's your boy Key to the Truth, KDT, all eyes and ears on the key. So, as you see, now that you have grown, developed, about yourself, either you're in the beginning and walk into this chapter of revealing myself or revealing what abilities and what gift am I gifted and what can I do with these gifts. How do I know that these gifts are for me? If I have these gifts but I'm not using it right, what will happen if I have those gifts but I'm not achieving what God or the universe, commands me to do? I'm going to explain to you these things on what, when, why, and what happens if I do deliver with my gifts, and what happens if I don't deliver with my gifts. All right? So mind you, it could be something sacred that you know of, or mainly talent, right? Either you make music, or you're a creator of visuals, like an artist. You have this way of healing people, or whatever, right? Whatever that may be the case that change somebody's perspective and also save a lot of lives. So whatever God manifests, it has a lot of reasons, as if he already knows what are you for and what event will she, or whatever you want to call it, have you in the position to do. So you got to understand, there's a lot of people that are not like you, or some people that are not like you, or don't have a mind like you, or don't have a heart like you. So therefore, when we're being tested, and when we are put in position to not compete but complete the mission, either that you're delivering a message to somebody or to another empath, right? And you gotta understand that there is a lot of chosen ones that are literally walking into this earth. And sometimes, as a chosen one, we have up and down days, okay? But we tend to, if I say we, I meant some of us, right? Some of us, like myself, sometimes tend to tune in to a reality that I am fully aware of, and it is something else that kind of like drove me to another realm, or in other words, I would say drove me out of my focus. Okay. What does that mean? Sometimes when you're at the moment of doing, say, making a song today, right? And you do that, okay? You do that, and it sounds good, you know what I'm saying? You're in your creative state, right? But the work with the music is to actually show, right? And also to explain the background of the music, okay? Sometimes whenever I've showed a song, released a song, performed the song, then I always get like somebody from, like a testimony moment where they could have, how should I say it? They could have ended up where they did not mentally want to end up, if you know what I mean, right? So what I'm saying is, my art or my action, my gift of making music can save a lot of lives. So if I'm the type to be like a spiritual awakening rap artist, then my intention for my music is to feel the awakening, right? You feel something that is coming to the point where you have to change, or you have to change your ways. those type of things, those type of feelings, right? So that's a great example on about earning your gifts and delivering your gifts. Okay, so what did it bring in, right? Like, what did that gift have something to do with me? So now, if you know a family member or somewhere in the family that's been gifted, right? So like I said, it could be anything talent. It don't have to be magical. It don't have to be like, genie type things, but it's something to do with the bloodline. And so it passed on to you, right? So you got to think about it. Our ancestors don't live how we live right now, okay? They had it hard than us, right? If you know who you are, who your roots are and stuff, right? So, man, I need something to drink. It's starting to spark up. So, when we in our reality or in our now moment, you gotta like be mindful on what your gift is, right? And also, you gotta be mindful on what is it do I have to do in this reality. Now, mind you, you cannot rush. You cannot rush the answer. You cannot rush the results. It's gonna come through, but sometimes within yourself, you gotta take yourself to places, right? So, like the story. Excuse me, not the story, but it's more as if you gotta take one step at a time, a day at a time, until you realize what this gift can bring you. It can bring you blessing. It can bring you prosperity. It can bring you happiness, right? As long as you are doing the work, right? So, like I said, it could be about anything. It could be something passionate. Definitely something very, very passionate that is to the heart, right? I'm talking about something that you love and God knows what you can do with the passion. You could do with the gift because that gift is passionate enough, right? So that is the what, the how. Okay, so as long as you already know who you are or who you becoming, right? Because sometimes when we're living in the moment, living in life, we tend to channel ourselves to someone that we want to become, right? Say if I want to become taller, I want to be a little bit wide, probably like 100, like 210 pounds or something. Like, I can move forward to that to see if I am that, right? So once I've gained that goal, okay, once I've gained that goal of wanted to become a little bit taller and you know what I'm saying, big, bulky, you feel what I'm saying? When you go into that moment can also be a gift, right? Obviously, one, that number one, I should have said it was channeling. So you got channeling energy of what, who, or an ideal of what you want to be personality wise, right? All right, so we did the what, how, where did it come from? Obviously, it comes from the source. It comes from the one that is responsible to create earth and the sacred land. All right, so now that we've got the basics in, now let's get to somewhere is a little bit advanced and also very, very important, especially for those that they believe they are the chosen ones and they have something to bring an impact to this earth. Okay, so now the question is that we probably ask ourselves, including me, is why is it I am gifted with the gift that I have to show and give to the world. Now, since I am a generous creator of my music and also of my entertainment, you know, I have a way on generating good energy, positive energy, or shall I call it strong energy. So I don't know if it's a saying, but to me, what strong energy is, you are becoming a stronger soul with a strong mind, with a strong heart. So just overall strength on, on fighting through temptations, of fighting against the old self that you are generated to the new self. Or when you are generated to who you are now, you starting to understand the language of God's voice. You understand just the signs that's everywhere, right? It could be synchronized numbers. It could be something that responds to your mind, like a TV, radio, music, or whatever, right? So whenever you start to cast these moments, it's speaking to you, okay? So whatever your mind is chirping, questioning, or vividing, right? And then something in the outside was like, like a knock, like a yes, like a no, or whatever the energy speaks to you, then that's where it's this is where it's crunch time, right? It's about that time. It's about that time for you to get ready for your mission. Okay. Now, it is a positive effect. It is a negative effect on both sides with these two questions. What will happen if I am using my gift but in a wrong way? And what will happen if I am not using my gift in the right way? Okay? So let's answer number one. So what happens if I do not deliver my gift in the right way? So I'm gonna answer it in two ways. You are using your gifts, but you're using it in the wrong intention, and this is what's gonna happen. So now let's just think about this moment where our parents told us to, let's just say we've been acting bad. We've been running around the house, right? Mom just got a new couch, and also, or Pops just got a new rug. But we got shoes, and we just came from outside. We're energetic, and so we running around, knowing we're just in our world. But our parents like, hey, stop running. You know what I'm saying? This and that, right? So, when we're, as I said, when we're being told, by our parents, you feel what I'm saying? We gotta obey the parents, right? So let's say we do the complete opposite. We don't obey the parents, right? What happens? They anger, right? They either angry at you because they told you numerous times, or they really are upset. So obviously you get the picture. So if you use your gifts but in the wrong intentional way, I'm telling you, hell is gonna come to the point where you need to stop your ways, distance yourself from whatever activity you're doing in a negative way, because everything that we do, everything that we say in this sacred land, also in this universe, will always come back at us. So be very mindful and move your action wisely when it comes to using your gift for the right reason. Now, what will happen if I do everything right? All right. Well, let me go back. So, last thing I should have said is you'll start to feel like you're dying. I'm not talking about physical dying. I'm talking about spiritual dying. I'm talking about mental dying, and I'm talking about emotional dying, and so goes along. Financials too, right? So, whatever it is that you're not doing right, or what God or the universe needs you to do, is going to bring hell on your side. Okay, it could be about a breakup. It could be about a car crash, right? It could be a close near death experience. So you got to be very, very mindful on using your gifts correctly. Now, if you're sleeping on your gifts, right? Say if you, like for example, say if you are a doctor, right? You can like read signs or whatever, but it's like you don't really have the heart or the care enough to do something, right? But what happens is, of course, it's gonna bring death to you. Either it's physical, which mostly not, right? If the universe needs you to do something, you're not going to die. You're going to feel like you're dying, and it's kind of worse than physical death. But we're not going to talk about that, okay? Just know if you're not doing right, you're going to feel like you're dying. And you got to change that way. You got to cleanse that energy, right? Because energy is very contagious. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, what happens if I am using my gifts correctly? Obviously, you want to do this correctly because you bring more blessings, you bring more abundance, you bring more positive things that you have affirmed. You have pretty much, how should I say it? If you do good, you'll receive good news, prosperity, protection, right? Information. So these blessings may be small, but also the value of those blessings are big, right? So especially if you are someone that you're building your business, right? You're building your business, and and of course God knows what you truly need. But obviously in the moment, God is waiting for us to affirm what things that we need. Excuse me, what things that we want or desire, right? So, like I said, you want to start off with a business. So you are taking the time to collect informations and other things for the business to expandly open to your reality. Okay? So that's just one great example. All right. And kid you not, everybody has a gift. So you got to find what you like to do. Like, so what is something that you love to do, that you will love to serve the people? Even you'll do it for free until you realize your value with what you do. Okay? So, um, like I said, everybody has a gift. You have to find the gift deep within, right? You got to find something that's passionate. You got to find something that you see yourself doing for like 5 to 10 years or multiple years, right? You got to be either the type just for probably like draw something just for like a reminder, like, yo, this is what I'm going to go for, and blah blah blah, right? So when we some of us have goals, and some of us have a gifted drive that it could reach us to that goal, right? It takes the right time. Um it takes the right time. It takes faith, you know, and it takes, yeah, it takes its own time. So you have to, these words wrong, excuse me. But also you have to be patient when it comes to crunch time, time to deliver, right? And I kind of had these days where, like, I am ready to do something, but it's like nothing is there. So, and let me tell you something. It's good news, and I want to say it's bad news, but it's good news because with it, it's a response to the universe that you've done enough. Say it again. You've done enough. So what that means, you rest, recharge, and then you do again, but better than the last previous days. Okay? So remember, what you give out to the world, what you give out to the universe, you will always receive back. So make sure what it is positive. And make sure you get the time to know yourself. Because I kid you not, the more that you know yourself, the more you know how to use your gifts, right? Say if, you know what I'm saying, you know, like you learn about the gun parts, right? The more that you learn on what these parts of a gun is, like the bullets, the clips, the nines, whatever, right? The more that you learn, the more that you know it, right? The easier, I'm talking about, the easier life gets. So that's why knowledge is power. Knowledge thyself is also power. So keep that in mind, okay? And send this video to those that you see that they got a gift, and give to those that they know they have a gift, but this is just a reminder, right? A reminder, okay? So thank you so much. Make sure you give a like, comment, and then subscribe if you're new. And chosen ones, kings and queens, I wish you the greatest outcome that will come to you. Peace of blessing to each one of you. Thank you so much.